Good morning, everyone. Talking about precision measuring here today. And right off the hop here, we're going to start with the vernier caliper, the one that you should become most familiar with. This is a fast, reliable, useful tool for doing precision measuring. I want to look at the scale first. We're just looking at 1 inch so that I can get nice and close to it. But you'll see the 1 inch is divided up into 10 segments. Each of them is 100 thousandths of an inch. And that's important to remember terminology-wise, because you refer to everything in this scale as a measurement of a thousandths of an inch. So in other words, the one here represents 1/10, but that would be 100 thou. Get my pencil down here so it focuses properly. This would be 200 thou. 300 thou, 400 thou, and so on, all the way up to the 1 inch. You'll see in between every one of these 100 thou markings, there is 4 divisions. So it divides up the 100 thou into quarters. In other words, 25 thou, 50 thou, 75 thou, and then 100. So this reading, if the zero marker right here on the vernier sliding scale were to be marked, let's say it was lined up right with this one here, that would read 125 thou. If it lined up over here, this would be 225 thou. If it were up here past the 1 inch mark, it would be 1 inch, 125 thou. Understand? Okay. So moving now to the vernier scale. What this vernier scale does is it divides each one of these small segments here of 25 thou into 1 thou of an inch. See, it's got 25 divisions. And the way you would read this is you would read the line on your main scale. Let's position this over something. So here is, you can see 125 thou, but what happens when I go a little bit in between? So it's not lined up to 150 thou yet, but it's not on 125, clearly. So what we do is we go along the vernier scale until we find the line on the vernier scale, that's this one, that matches perfectly with the line down below on the main scale. For example, in this one here, you can see the 11 is like a perfect match. And if I were to zoom in closer, you'd probably be able to see, and you maybe can see now, that the 10 is just slightly past, and the 12 is not quite there. So this 11 lines up perfectly. So how I would read this now would be 125 thou plus 11 thou extra. So it'd be 136 thou. All right?